Hello, my name is Alex Sauer, and I'm here to show you what the parts do in a 3160, how to take apart a 3160, and how to take the parts out of a 3160. Step 1. You have to remove the back plate of the laptop. There are 7 screws generally in the back of laptops. Sometimes they don't come with all 7 screws because somehow kids lose them. I don't know how. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After all the screws have been removed, just put them in an area, neat and tidy, because you don't want to put them back later. You don't want to lose them. You have to pull off the back cover, and generally, you can just use your nails. But however, at TSI we have these little like scraper things. They're pretty good at opening up laptops. So you just gotta shove them in there and pull up. Pretty much once it loosens up, you can jam your hand in there and pull the back piece off. And when it's off, set it aside. There are many parts to a laptop, very similar between the 3340 and 3160. You have your RAM slot, pretty easy. Also take out the RAM. You have a hard drive. You have a battery, the motherboard. You have all these I/O ports on the side, Ethernet, HDMI out, USB, and an SD card reader, and a audio jack. There's also the Wi-Fi card, and there are many cables in here that also connect to speakers, keyboards, mouse pads, trackpads, and sorts. First thing to remove, and it's usually pretty easy to remove because oftentimes you have to replace them a lot, is the hard drive. You should definitely make sure that the laptop's off first. That should be self-explanatory. So if you want to remove the hard drive, it's pretty simple. Make sure the laptop's off. Pull on this black ribbon here, and that'll disconnect the hard drive from the laptop, and you have to remove these 3 screws. And when you remove them, you slide this piece of the hard drive out from this piece. When the 3 screws are out, the hard drive just pops out like that. And if you actually do, at some point for some reason, have to get the actual hard drive out of its casing, there are 4 screws on the sides. You unscrew them, and the hard drive just pops right out. Next piece to take out is also the easiest. It's the RAM slot, and the RAM slot is this green piece right here. And I know from experience, because there are a couple people in my class that did not know how to put the RAM slot back in, but taking it out is very easy. You just pull these 2 prongs, bam, pops out. Put the RAM back in, you put it at an angle, and generally it slides in. You'll want to put it at like too steep an angle. Just put it at an angle, push it in, because sometimes they're stiff. Most of the time, this one here is pretty loose, so it's pretty easy to put in. Once it's in, just push down until you hear 2 clicks, and it's in. Next piece to remove, pretty similar to the hard drive, is the battery. The battery is connected to the motherboard through this little ribbon cloth right here, and it's also attached from these 2 screws. So make sure that the laptop's off first. It's off, and then remove the battery. When you finally get the sticky stuff off the motherboard, just peel it off, and it's off. After that, you just gotta remove these 2 screws here. And for some reason, oh no, they're coming off. So you just remove the 2 screws, pop them right here, and the battery slips out. Now, if you want to put it back in, just make sure, just make sure that this little piece right here, this tab, the battery is going underneath the tab, and it slides back into place, easy peasy. The last piece that to talk about is the Wi-Fi card. You don't really have to replace the Wi-Fi card too much, but you're gonna learn how to take it out. Taking it out is really easy. You just gotta undo the screw, and it sort of pops out like a RAM chip. So as the screw's undone, it sticks up. However, there's also this little metal plate here. See, the hard part about the Wi-Fi card is that it's hard, and that there's these 2 little cables here, and they're very, very, very hard to put back on. Easy to take off though. But once they're on, assuming that you're doing this by yourself, you have to hold them down like this, and you have to put the silver bracket on. The bracket will keep the pins in place. When all is done, laptop's fixed in the works. You take your little plate, pop it back on. Pretty much you're just gonna press down on the sides until they clip into place. Some laptops are kind of cracked, like right here, so maybe you won't hear the click or the actual like hand or piece that clicks in is not there. Sometimes they get removed, sometimes they break off. So try and get all of them clicked in. If they don't click in, like there's a big bump, there's probably something in the way, so make sure you move that out of the way, and when it's done, you just take all your screws they pulled out, and if there was missing any, grab an extra screw from the pill case over here, and then make sure that all the screws are in the laptop. Remember, there's always about 7.